Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make these paper roses. They're similar to the Tim Holtz roses, but they are different. And they are my own pattern because I really like flatter roses and I like fuller roses. So they have a few more layers to them, but really it doesn't take any extra time. It's just putting them together. So what they are is a pattern that I have on my website, and what it is, they are printable. Okay, so this pattern, and if you have the Sure Cuts a Lot program, I also have them in the format that you can just print and cut them with that program. They come in 4 different sizes. The pattern has all 4 sizes. It's on my website at www.paintingonjars.com. It has very large, has the next size down, and then medium and small. And on the small one you can get actually have 3 prints on one paper. Okay, for this I put some tulle in there, some black tulle. I embossed this one. I also have paper that's readily available on my website. You can print out your own polka dots. I have a series of what I'm calling spring polka dots. They're in a format that I send to you through email, PDF, and you can print any of these colors out on any color paper you want. I printed, well, the black polka dots are in another collection, but they are on my website. I printed out the pink ones on white basil cardstock. I printed out peach ones on the white basil, and I printed out the black on different colors. They're just fun to play with. They're not expensive. They're not free, but they're not expensive, and the pattern is not free either, but it is not expensive either. And the beauty of it is you can print them over and over and over. You will always have these files. Whenever you want a flower, you just go and print it out from your printer on any kind of paper that you want, okay? Or and have your Cricut cut it out if you want to. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, after you've printed out your rose pattern, this is the very large rose pattern, and it fits on an 8.5 by 11, and that's what I'm working with today, just so you can see. And I'm working with 2 colors so you can see the different layers. You print them all out, and if you don't have your Sure Cuts a Lot program cut them out, then you cut them out with scissors. And what you need to do is make sure you cut all the circles out. And this one has a line, and you cut on that line. The rest are cut out. They're printed out the way they need to be cut out. So you will have 2 layers for the bottom. This is just plain cardstock that I used, and then I embossed it with my Cuttlebug. Okay, but you need 2 of the layers that don't have any cuts, but they do have the holes cut out, so make sure you cut the holes out. And what you're going to do first is you're going to curl the petals, and I use a nice large dowel for that. These are nice large petals. Okay, I think these are about a 3 by 3. I measured them, and I can't really remember, and this is 2.5, and that's 2, and that's 1.5 maybe. Okay, so you curl the edges of your layers like this with a dowel, and then you put them on top of each other and kind of alternate it. You're going to glue them together, and I just put the glue in the circle, on the edge of the circle, like this. Just glue the edges, don't glue the petals together, it's not necessary. Okay, so you're going to alternate so that it looks like that. These out of the way. And I'm going to let that dry. While I'm letting that dry, I'm going to take my other layers that are cut, and I'm just going to fold the edges, and then I'm going to open it back up. I'm just folding it and opening it. It's not, you know, you don't have to do that, but I just like to do it so that when I put my petals together, which I'm going to do like this, it just folds, it goes up and stands a little better. So I'll fold that together, I'll fold that and decide if I want to put the top one on or the bottom, and I trim this petal on the bottom here, because you don't need all that extra paper, so that you actually only have something like that to glue down. So I'm going to glue that down, and then I use one of these clips to hold it together. I use Eileen's tacky glue and a toothpick. Alright, so I have done all that with the rest of them, and they're ready to go. But now we're going to come back to this before we do anything else with those others, and we're gonna snip like this, right where every petal, you know, starts there. I'm just going to snip. Okay, then we're going to set that aside. We're going to find our next layer. This has 6 petals, so the next layer is going to have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to curve them around your dowel. And it's so easy to do. I just think this is great, the way cardstock. I like cardstock. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do some cuts here too, right where I did the other cuts, and even where I glued. Alright, then I'm going to take and put a lot of glue on this bottom layer. It's already glued together. I'll put glue there. Oh, I got 2 cuts in there. I get nervous on the when I'm taping. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Okay, and I'm just going to put this on top there and kind of squeeze it down, and you'll see why the cuts are there, because you can move it to see. It still has some, it's going to sit up a little bit. It's got some curve to it, but it also is going to adhere to the bottom layer circle. And whenever you're working with a circle, you need to clip it. Then I have the next layer, which that's 5 petals. The next one is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to again curve this around. Just wrap it right around there. And I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to clip it again. Every place where the petals start and stop, even where I glued. And I'm just going to glue here. I like to kind of put a lot of glue on. The adhesives don't work because they dry too quickly. You can't. You've got to mess with this. You know what I mean? You've got to make the shape work. So you got to pinch it. You got to pull it a little bit. Not a lot. I mean, it really works out nice. Just pull those petals down into. See how nice, and see how nice and flat it's sitting too. All right. So the next layer will only have 3 petals, because this has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're up to 3. Oh, excuse me. Somebody else will get that. I'm going to keep going here. I hope they don't leave a message. Okay, we're going to cut here again. 2, 3. And we're going to glue. I should have taken the phone off the hook. I forgot about that. Nobody ever calls, you know. It's only when you don't want them to. Okay, we're just going to set that right down there, too. And you can just you can just decide where you want